Okay. On Sunday, the Greek Parliament passed a budget with new austerity measures, which passed with 167 in favour to 128 opposed. The budget includes the raising of the retirement age from 65 to 67, another 5 to 15% cut in pensions, a reduction of the minimum wage, public employee salary cuts, holiday benefit cuts, a 35% cut to severance pay, and a reduction of the redundancy notice from 6 to 4 months. The austerity measures amount to $17.2 billion over the next 2 years and are expected to hit the elderly the hardest. With more than 1 out of 5 Greeks already living below the poverty line and the unemployment rate around 25%, the Greek population is, understandably, increasingly unhappy and unsatisfied with their government's promises of no more austerity cuts. Around 200,000 people gathered outside Parliament to protest the budget cuts. This budget meets a precondition for Greece to receive a €31.5 billion loan from the IMF and the EU. However, the IMF and the EU are at odds about the size and pace of Greece's bailout. The IMF and EU creditors want to wait for the report being compiled by the European Commission, the IMF and the European Central Bank, the so-called Troika, which will be released on Monday, November the 19th. Originally, a target of 2020 was set for Greece to reduce its debt levels to 120%. Jean-Claude Juncker, chair of the Eurogroup finance ministers, said that the target had now been moved to 2022, prompting a rebuke from the IMF chief, Christine Lagarde, who insists that the target is still 2020. 2013 will be the 6th year in a row that economic growth in Greece is negative. It is projected to shrink by about 5%, having fallen 7% in 2012. Greek politicians are putting pressure on EU and IMF lenders by emphasising the dire situation of the country and government. Prime Minister Antonis Samaras has publicly promised that Greece will no longer deal with austerity measures. Greece auctioned short-term treasury bills on Tuesday, November the 13th, in order to pay for €5 billion of matured treasury bills due on Friday. These recent and upcoming events once again show that Greece's economic woes require a European political solution. It remains to be seen if European officials have the political will to create a solution that is appealing to citizens in other European countries.